Welcome to the Purple Rinse, the show where we revisit our least favorite Prince albums and more.
Yes, y'all. Welcome again to another Purple Rinse. We're very pleased to welcome our first ever guest. He's a guitarist, producer extraordinaire with a long list of collaborations and production credits. We just want to welcome Dreadlock Holmes.
Welcome, Dreadlock Holmes. Welcome.
Yes, my brothers.
Yeah.
I'm very honored to be on your show. You know, it's I've been with the journey, you know, from the beginning, and
Oh yeah.
I got asked to be a part of it. I was like, yeah, this is where I belong, you know.
Absolutely.
We're really excited that you decided to
I'm
do
sure
it.
you guys saw me in the comments, you know, so you'll be like, you know what, you know, this guy is. Let's get him on, man. He's doing too much typing in the comments, you know.
Yeah, make no mistake, this is a fellow Prince fan, people. Prince fan. Heavy.
Well, a music fan, and if you're a music fan, you got to respect the greatest of all time.
Yeah,
And I definitely used to go and buy those albums on vinyl. I used to I learned a lot of guitar stuff, just listening to his music over and over. You know, the days when you used to listen to albums and used to play them for months. That's what I used to do with many of his albums, you know. So, yeah. Songwriting, I would definitely say I've got some influence, you know, of his songwriting into my work and stuff like that. So, big, huge fan, you know. Yeah.
We want to look at a video that I don't know if you guys saw with Prince as a kid in the playground at school, and we want to have a look at that and discuss it because it blew us away.
It is the music mystery that captivated the country and a reminder that the Purple One still reigns.
I think they should get a better education too, and I think they should get some more money because they be working extra hours for us and all that stuff.
Last night, WCCO revealed that clip of Prince as a young child discovered while we were going through archived video of the 1970s teacher strike.
Guys, we'd have to say about that video. Holmes, let me just push that to you. What did you think seeing that video for the first time?
Wow, it's like, well, obviously it was just him, and you could just, his personality, you know, was there already, you know, that leader, you know. Even the part that got me is when he was in the background jumping up. It's like, I've got something to say. I've got something to tell the world, you know. Like, he was making such a big effort to, you know what I mean, to make sure that and I've seen videos of him, you know, when he was older, even being more kind of reclusive. Is like, but then it was like, I've got to get heard, you know, I've got to get my point across. And when you think about that, and also he was dealing with something like a subject which children are not really dealing with, you know what I mean? Like, you know, kids are usually talking about playing with their cars or doing this or something like that. He was dealing with something to do with like demonstration, you know. So the revolution, you know, Prince and the Revolution was like in him already. You can see it from there. So that was what they said. He was about 11 years old at that point.
Yeah,
you know, and he was, you know, when he was in front of the camera, he looked a little bit shy, but he was still, you know, feeling brave and like, I have to say something and I'm going to be confident about this, you know. And I think that was, I don't know what happened in his life for him to get to have that confidence at that point, but that's truly amazing. And it shows how unstoppable, you know, he, you know, it shows the career that he had, that unstoppable personality that I had, that nothing was going to hold him back. And it's like, imagine being an artist and you have the same kind of energy and enthusiasm and determination that I need to get heard. It was right there, you know. So that's it's almost, when I look at that, think of all these years he was alive, you know, and all these years since his passed, and nobody found it. So it was like he came back and spoke to us, you know.
Mm-hmm.
He came back and spoke to us, you know.
Mm.
And you know, maybe he's saying something to the rinse, man. Maybe he's saying all our brothers, you know, hey, I see you out there, I see you doing your thing, but you know, I'm coming from this, you know. This is my part of my journey, you know. So yeah, that's my take.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dark pop controversy. Over to you, brother.
Yeah, so when I first saw this video, I remember we all started texting each other, and I spoke to you, Justin, and Holmes as well. And my first reaction was, I was numb, because it was, this guy is speaking to us from another plane, right? I couldn't believe it, because you know, we as big fans of his work, we know a lot of stuff that exists on him, and no one saw this coming. And I was very emotional when I saw it. And there was nothing that we didn't need confirmation from that report that it was him. As soon as we saw it, we knew it was him. And what is really intriguing when I got over watching it maybe for the second or third time was the fact that he, as Holmes said, he was jumping up and down on a very serious subject matter that he was trying to get noticed. And it's this weird thing that I see in it, because on the one hand, he has like this intrinsic shyness to him, and you can see it there. But at the same time, he's jumping up to talk about something that's very deep at 11 years old. I wasn't thinking of what strike? What? Who? What? Politics? What? Yeah. Like I was into like Thundercats. I don't know. So that it was very powerful, and as Holmes says, it's like he's like, I'm. You guys think I'm gone? I'm around. I'm around. And just watching it again as part of the show, kind of it's still very, watching him and his facial expressions, and it's just like for a man that I did not know personally, it's very impactful on me still, you know. And that's never happened before. That's with someone that's not a personal friend or family member. You know. It's heavy. It's heavy. I just could go on, and so Justin, take over.
Wow, I mean, for me, there's a lot of stuff in that video. You know what the thing that really hits me is this kid has no idea what lies ahead of him over the next 40 years.
Or maybe he did. Maybe he did.
Maybe he did. Another thing that got me is his friend says he was already playing, you know, to a high standard at that point. That kid we're seeing right there is already killing it on the piano and stuff. And another thing that got me as well is just there's still little his personalities, like the way he goes it's the same. You can see little mini Prince. He's in there. He's there. You know, the guy, and it's just a special moment. You know, when I saw that clip, I was just like, wow, look at. All I saw was the journey ahead of him. That's the main thing. The journey ahead of this guy and what he's going to become and who the people he's going to impact, and also knowing a little bit about his life and some of the challenges in his home life, his mom, his dad, and just knowing the pain he was in as well, the pain he must have been experiencing at that young age as well. You know, he was still free. Talk about him jumping up. He was still, there was also this idea that maybe the trauma hadn't kicked in yet. Maybe the deep family issues, being kicked out of his home and his mum showing him porno magazines, maybe that stuff wasn't really happening yet. There was still that young, naive kind of kid. Yeah. He's still in there, you know, and that was kind of nice to see, you know. He wasn't really tainted. He's just an innocent kid. But it's just a beautiful thing to behold, man. Being a fan, just like, look at this guy, look where he started, and also kind of made him a bit more human as well. Like, you know, he was just focused. He achieved what he achieved by having incredible focus. He's a human being. The only difference between him and anyone else is just the brain, but and how you use it, how you apply it. Lots of inspiration there for me, man.
Yeah, I mean, just kind of stepping in again. I mean, what a treasure of all, like, you know, I will always say this, for the greatest of all time, I don't care who you bring, but for all the people that were legends, right? Are legends. I mean, Michael, there's tapes of Michael when he was young as well, but he was within the music industry from early, right? But those that weren't, yeah, is there anything on, like, say, Bowie or Jagger or Marley? Any of the giants of music?
Not video.
That have anything like that. So this is a gem. This is a real gem.
Yeah.
It's a real gem, I think.
What I liked also is that and as Justin was saying, you know, maybe that was before, you know, the other side to his life, but he definitely looked happy there. You see,
yes,
he looked like a happy child, like he had a happy home, like he wasn't kind of, you know, reclusive or kind of like, you know, didn't want to interact. He just seemed a child having a normal childhood, but then he had this extra thing, which a lot of children don't have at that age. You know what I mean? Because, you know, he was very, you know, we have to think about what he said also. He was talking about people getting more pay so that they continue and do their work better.
Yes.
You know, think about that.
Yes.
You know, he's talking about, the teachers, you know, that they can do more for us, you know, they deserve it, you know. So that shows that even that sense of fairness, I know later on people will have different ideas about whether he was fair or not, but at that age, before the money came in or whatever, or the contracts or the controlling kind of things, you know, we've heard some things about, that was the purity of, okay, these people, fairness, you know, that's beautiful to see right there, you know. And even whatever criticism people might have about Prince, what we have to think about is, from then, he went on from there. But if you think of how many people he employed, just think about employment.
Yeah.
About how many families, you know, how many children he's probably sent to university because of what he did, you know, and created that space where people could become excellent, or they could push to a level and be able to look after their families, you know.
A lot of people ate off of him, man.
Yeah, it's like I was speaking to somebody about, Berry Gordy, you know, and when you think about, no matter what they say about Motown or whatever, we have to think about how many people this man put food on the tables, you know, and that pride, you know, that pride to be a part of something. And Prince did it he had his label and stuff like that, but as an artist, because you have to, as an artist, you're thinking about yourself, you're thinking about, most artists can't do that. They can't make music and think about other bands or other projects or other things, you know, because they're so, but that could be something that we could even take from that footage, you know, is that whole thing of it could have started there, the importance, you know, of people being able to look after their families and be in a better position, you know. I'm stretching it a bit too much, but yeah, you know, yeah.